This is WFYI News Now. It's November 19th, and I'm Abriana Herron. On today's show, a high-end restaurant on Massachusetts Avenue will close its doors. Indiana Youth Institute has announced a new effort to support children. And one community on the near northeast side of Indianapolis is pushing back against data centers.
No more polluting industry in Martindale-Brightwood, no more false promises, and no more development that imposes harm on a community that has already carried more than its share.
Those stories coming up, but first. Indiana senators voted to return for the 2026 legislative session in January, bucking calls from Governor Mike Braun to meet next month to redraw new congressional maps to favor Republicans. As Ben Thorpe reports, the decision comes as lawmakers met Tuesday for Organization Day, the ceremonial start of the new legislative session.
The Trump administration has been ramping up pressure on Indiana's Republican lawmakers and has criticized Governor Mike Braun. Senate President Pro Tem Roderick Bray says while he wants Republicans to keep control of Congress, he doesn't feel redistricting is the right way to do it.
We're trying to do the best thing for the state of Indiana and as well as for the United States of America.
Republican Senator Mike Young favors redistricting. He said he'll cry if the Democrats are able to take back the U.S. House.
I don't want to cry on Wednesday morning following that election, knowing that we could have done something and we didn't.
In a statement, Braun said he will support primary challenges against senators who refuse to redraw maps. I'm Ben Thorpe.
Mesh, a high-end restaurant on Massachusetts Avenue, is closing its doors after 15 years. Jeremy Rubin has more.
Cunningham Restaurant Group opened Mesh in 2010. The company owns and operates a number of Indianapolis restaurants, including Brewburger, Livery, and Commission Row. CRG founder and CEO Mike Cunningham said a major factor in Mesh's closing is increased competition on Mass Ave. He also says growth in the city's suburbs led to even more challenges.
10 years ago, Fisher's didn't have a lot of options for restaurants to stay in the neighborhood and eat. Now they do with Carmel. Carmel's blown up in the last 10 or 15 years. So those folks don't need to come downtown to dine anymore.
Mesh closes its doors on January 4th. I'm Jeremy Rubin.
Indiana Youth Institute has announced a new effort, 5 by 50, to ensure every child across the state is connected to at least 5 supportive adults by the year 2050. Erica Kovac has more.
The new effort aims to connect every youth with at least 5 mentors, including parents, other family, teachers, or coaches in the next 25 years. Recent research has shown that strong relationships are one of the most powerful protective factors in a young person's life. Tammy Silverman, president and CEO of IYI, says that seeking these connections boosts graduation rates and improves mental health in young adults.
Because again, we know that when youth have multiple caring adults in their corner, all of those benefits really do accrue.
IYI will pair with groups already doing supportive work, including schools and local clubs, to guide students. The organization will seek new partners to connect youth to possible mentors. I'm Erica Kovac.
For more information on the initiative or to get involved, visit the IYI's website. And for our final story today. As data centers continue to pop up throughout the Midwest, one community on the near northeast side of Indianapolis is pushing back. Farrah Anderson reports residents in Martindale-Brightwood, a historically black neighborhood, are organizing against a proposed data center.
At a press conference Monday, residents and community leaders said the data center would bring new pollution and health risks to a neighborhood that has struggled with industrial contamination for decades. Sarah Johnson is a neighborhood resident and vice president of One Voice Martindale-Brightwood.
No more polluting industry in Martindale-Brightwood, no more false promises, and no more development that imposes harm on a community that has already carried more than its share.
MetroBlocks, the startup behind the proposal, recently filed a formal rezoning application for nearly 14 acres in the neighborhood. That filing came just days after residents staged a protest that shut down traffic. City County Councilor Ron Gibson, who represents the area, says he supports the project and argues it's different from larger-scale data centers planned elsewhere in the region. I'm Farrah Anderson.
That's all for today's episode of WFYI News Now. Our podcast is produced by Zach Bundy, with support from the news team at WFYI and public media journalists across the state. Our news director is Sarah Neal-Estes. Kendall Antron produced our music, and I'm your host, Abriana Herron. If you like today's episode, remember to subscribe and share, and follow WFYI on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube to check in on our newsroom throughout the day. Thanks for listening. We'll be back tomorrow.